Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and it's been a very long time since I posted the last video. I've just had a lot of school, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be showcasing Corviknight as well as Serperior and Morpeko in the Open Great League today. So Corviknight is a very new meta threat. Honestly, when I tried it, it felt like it had very low fast move pressure and just didn't do enough damage. Anyway, let's get into the matches. Into the first match, a pretty neutral lead into Wigglytuff. I'm going to overfarm by 1 and go for the bait, Aerial Ace. Usually they do shoot up the first move, but oh no, the opponent no-shields it. But this is actually kind of okay, as we still outpace them before they get to the Icy Wind, so we can go for the Frenzy Plant here. I'm going to throw 1, and then switch into Corviknight to catch either an Icy Wind or a Swift. Expected the Swift, and we got it. And in the back is, in the answer my Corviknight with Drifblim, which would definitely rather be on Morpeko, but definitely better than being on Serperior. Anyway, the opponent is going to continue to overfarm actually. They farm up a lot, and then they're going to go for the, actually Shadow Ball here. I was expecting an Icy Wind, but maybe they thought it wouldn't KO. I'm actually not really sure there. I'm going to bring in Morpeko and then shield up the Icy Wind. We should be able to make it to the Aura Wheel here. The opponent attempts at a catch, so I send in Serperior. The opponent throws their move, but we really can't have any charms on Morpeko because Morpeko gets absolutely shredded by them. So I have to shield this up and then go for the Aerial Ace here just to get one more Vine Whip or farm just in case they have anything in the back that could do that. Anyway, the opponent makes a big misplay here. They should have just shielded that, this Psychic Fangs here, but they don't shield it. Icy Wind would have KO'd, but in the back it's Gastrodon, so we have no chance at this game anyway. So that's a GG's to our opponent. They probably should have shielded that, to be honest. I could have had C-Bomb, and that would have been very bad for the opponent. Anyway, into the next match, we lead Serperior into Victory Bell, and this isn't a great lead, but it's not too bad either, because they don't have a lot of fast move pressure. We don't either, but we can hit faster. The opponent might Sludge Bomb us here, I'm not really sure. It might be an Acid Spray, which would be a bit unfortunate. That does basically nothing though. And they've got a Bastiodon. Now usually this would actually be a positive matchup for Corviknight, I think. But they have debuffed our defense. The opponent's going to knock us out with a Flamethrower. I'm going to send in Serperior, and I'm expecting the worst. I'm expecting a Wigglytuff in the back, but that would be way too weak to Clodsire, so I'm expecting an answer to Clodsire. Which, unless it's like a Marowak or a Mud Slapper, which I'm actually expecting, then Morpeko does really well into. So I'm probably not expecting to win this game. Opponent is going to now let me get to the Frenzy Plan, and I'm going to be able to KO them here. And let's see what they have in the back. Please don't be a Mud Slapper or a Charmer, which is very likely going to be. Oh my goodness, it's a Gelatin. That's super lucky. I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plan just to grab a shield, and this is a GG's. But as you'll see in a second, I make this game a lot harder than this is supposed to be, as it should be. I go for the Aura Wheel, but they catch it. Like, that was a very, very obvious catch. And I no-shield this for some reason. It doesn't really matter, as we're going to win anyway, but it does make this game annoyingly a lot harder. I'm going to go for the Psychic Fangs here, and we'll be able to farm them down. I don't think they have back-to-back moves or anything, so we should be able to take this game. Vine Whip will be able to KO the Gelatin before they can farm us down or make it to another move, and that's a GG's. In the next match, a really bad lead into Drapion. I'm going to safe switch into Corviknight, and the opponent answers with Diggersby. Diggersby's Fire Punch does a decent amount of damage. It does 3-shot us, but Sky Attack does as well. Even though the pacing is a lot worse, we can flip this matchup. If we have the Sand Attack breakpoint, I think, which is achieved by having enough attack, which actually flips this matchup, which is pretty cool, as Sand Attack does 1 more damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but since it's 1 per turn, then it's a lot of damage. The opponent's going to go for the Fire Punch, that is going to KO, and I'm going to send in Serperior. I'm just going to go for a full farm down here, no need to shield the Fire Punch, as it won't do too much damage. Okay, I can go for a full farm down, and we exit with a lot of energy. The opponent's going to send in Drapion, and I send in Morpeko. The opponent, for some reason, switches into Feraligatr, which is a big mistake. I'm going to go for the Aura Wheel, probably should have Psychic Fangs here, because after that we could actually have farm down. So usually in this matchup, you want to go Psychic Fangs, even if you don't charge up to it, it's completely fine. I'm gonna go for Psychic Fangs here, I think. Yep, as it KOs anyway. If they no-shield it, it will KO. Yep. And they're gonna send in Drapion. I can make it to the Aura Wheel. On the CMP tie, I think the opponent miscounted, because I think Drapion had more than one Poison Sting, so I think they should have thrown one before that, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, this might actually get a little bit difficult. Okay, they had Sludge Bomb, so yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plant into the Drapion. That is a lot of damage, and this should be Aerial Ace range, but I'm just going to go for another Frenzy Plant just to make sure, and this is going to be a GG's. Alright, in the next match, we lead into Quagsire. This is a great lead. The opponent's going to say switch into Malamar, and I'm just going to go for the Frenzy Plant. I probably just needed an Aerial Ace, to be honest, but I just wanted to get them into Sky Attack range. Definitely only needed that Aerial Ace, but the good thing is here, we're able to get the farm down. We do need to tank 2 moves, but it is a pretty safe survive, and we should be able to just farm down after this. We get the farm down, and the opponent's going to send in Quagsire. I'm going to go for the Sky Attack, and because we have such an amazing, crazy stat product, Corviknight is insanely bulky, we're able to make it to another Sky Attack because of their bulk, and I'm going to send in Serperior, but they have a Ferrothorn in the back. Ferrothorn is a bit of a nuisance for my team. I think it pretty cleanly beats all of my Pokemon. I'm not sure about Corviknight, but that's made difficult by Thunder. Anyway, I'm going to stay in here for a bit and get them into Aura Wheel range. They shield up the Aerial Ace, so this is fine. I'm just going to send in Morpeko straight away, and I'm going to shield up the Power Whip as it does a lot of damage. I'm going to go for the Aura Wheel here. Opponent would be smart to no-shield for them, which they do. And now we're going to go for the Psychic Fangs here, which the opponent needs to shield, otherwise they get knocked out. Now I am going to no-shield this, as the opponent's Quagsire does have a move which could definitely be Sludge Bomb and also Stone Edge KOs here, so you have to no-shield this. Even if it's a Flash Cannon or something, you kind of have to. They're going to set in Quagsire, and let's see. It was the Sludge Bomb, so very good idea, no shielding that. Anyway, in the next match, we lead into Marowak. This is a great lead. Opponent is going to save switch into Drapion, and I'm going to respond with Corviknight. I'm a little bit late on the switch, so the opponent will be able to flip this matchup. But, I feel like that might not be too good, as Marowak does really well into Morpeko, so that would kind of destroy us. I'm going to fire off the Iron Head, and I'm going to shield this up, just to be safe with switch. Now, it looks like the opponent is going to flip it, but this is only going to be a crunch, which will barely not KO us, and we're able to go for the Iron Head here. So Iron Head hopefully will KO. Oh, but it barely doesn't. I'm going to set on the Serperior, and we can get a farm down here. The opponent's going to send in Dugong, so it looks like Serperior might be able to sweep this game. I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plant and then send in Morpeko. The opponent is going to answer with Marowak, and I accidentally throw an alignment. I don't think it really matters. I don't think I would have made it to a move anyway. But Psychic Fangs is going to do some okay damage, but we're able to make it to another Psychic Fangs. Maybe we could have made it to the Aura Wheel if I didn't throw an alignment, and maybe this game would have been a bit cleaner. But hopefully here we will be able to show this up, and then hopefully go for a farm down. We are able to get the farm down, and the opponent's going to send in Dugong. This is going to be pretty difficult, as Icy Wind does a lot of damage, and it also... Okay, it looks like we're going to be able to KO in 2 Vine Whips, but they debuff us. So it's going to take 3, and we get a tie, which is very unfortunate, as none of us win. But we do... that basically counts as no battle in ELO, so... Anyway, the opponent, great lead in the next match into Chestnut. The opponent say switches into Driftbloom, trying to catch the move. I'm not going to throw it. It was a very obvious catch. And I'm going to send in Morpeko and go for the Aura Wheel. And then I'm going to now go for the next Aura Wheel, just trying to continuously force shields. And the opponent doesn't know that we have another great answer to Chestnut in the back. So anyway, we're going to be able to make it to the Psychic Fangs on the CMP tie. I feel so sorry for this opponent. They gave up 2 shields and still lost switch. in the back there's a Carbink. So this is actually really good, because basically Corviknight beats both Pokemon and Serperior beats both Pokemon, so this is basically a free win for us. That's a GG's basically. The opponent's going to send in Chestnut, and they're going to go for the Frenzy Plant, and then I'm going to switch into Corviknight, and this should just be a GG's, as we can make it to the Sky Attack, and Iron Head will do so much damage to the Carbink, and that's just going to be a GG's, because it's 4 times super effective. Another great lead. We're just getting all the great leads here. The opponent's going to say switch into Dugong, and I make a big mistake. I don't just throw the Aerial Ace there. And I learned from this mistake later on. It's not in the video, but I throw my Aerial Ace, which the opponent does shield, and now we're actually so much behind on energy that I think the opponent can possibly flip switch. I'm not really sure though. I'm going to go for the shield here. Luckily here, I'm going to throw 4, and I'm expecting a shield here. The opponent actually no shields, and they're fine with not having switch. I'm going to go for the Psychic Fangs here, as it will debuff their defense. I'm going to now actually send in Serperior, and Serperior is going to bait with the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is unfortunately not going to get a shield, which is very surprising to me. I thought that Marowak might have some more value for them. Rock Slide is going to do a decent amount of damage, and I'm just going to be able to go for the full farm down. I'm surprised the opponent does not switch here. They're likely quite weak in the back, but they're not. They have Morpeko. Now I send in Corviknight, blind switching into here, and the opponent's just going to KO with the Aura Wheel. But this is great. They didn't overfarm, which is a giant misplay, because now we're able to go for the Aerial Ace bait here. The opponent has a shield, pretty much, and then I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plant, and it looks like that they didn't have Psychic Fangs, which means we're able to take this game. I was very surprised there, because that would have been a CMP tie with the Psychic Fangs, which would have KO'd if it wasn't there. Anyway, okay, I throw an alignment there, which makes me very unhappy. Anyway, they send in Talonflame, which is really, really bad. That is extremely bad for our team. We're double weak to it. Any fire types, it's very bad for our team. Less so Talonflame, because we do have Morpeko, but still incinerates Chunk really way too much. Anyway, but they just let their Talonflame go down, which is really good for our team. They have Greninja in the back, which is also great. I'm going to send in Serperior, and Greninja has to go for these Night Slashes here, which don't do much damage at all. I'm going to just no-shield this. It looks like Morpeko can sweep this game, but they actually have Flash Cannon, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine, I guess. But it looks like Morpeko from here can easily sweep this game. I'm going to shield up the Psychic Fang, the Power Whip, and go for the, what's it called? Aura Wheel. Sorry, there's just a mosquito. Okay, I got it. Anyway, Greninja, is going to come back in, and we're able to farm them down here. I'm going to no-shield, because that is the most obvious bait ever. Amazing bait call. Anyway, very savage. I'm going to go for the Psychic Fangs, just to lower their defense, make this farm down a bit easier, and to add insult to injury, I'm going to catch on Serperior, and now we should just be able to go for a safe farm down here, and that's going to be a GG's. Thanks so much for watching.